Southbound 314, George Boyd King 8134, GBK 8134, 8 miles over, not stopping. We're still southbound 314. He crashed corner of Rock and Myers. Correction, Rock and Stuyvesant.
Остановитесь, 970. Право, остановиться на Хонде.
Внимание, на первом инспектора не останавливают.
Право, остановитесь, водитель Хонду.
Движется по улице Жукова, подходит к кольцу.
Повернули на третью транспортную, в сторону. Okay, give me the game again. The game.
On the ground. Courtyard. We got 2 pursuits going on. I'm chasing one northbound down Dave Memorial. All foot, and I got 2 vehicles running. One I'm chasing, Henry Victor X-Ray 4968. Pulled in behind Sam. 20 for myself and 11 out to front of Street Creek. Red Charlotte White Strip, 2 barbells. Running towards Home Depot. 2810, I think he's trying to get out to the feeder road here, northbound. We have any units? Northbound.
Up there in northbound on 45, coming up from Heinz here.
Henry Victor X-Ray 4968. 2013, got 2 wounded. Eastbound on Tamina.
Defending at 200 foot, running eastbound on Tamina. I have a vehicle going northbound on 45. Go ahead.
We'll come out of Lakewood on 45.
Yes, that's clear.
Alright, then we're getting on the freeway.
That's clear, northbound main lane. So I have 2 on foot. Behind the vehicle and here's with the mail.
Here we go, second pursuit of the day. Airspeed's hitting 90 miles an hour, just under 80 now. 90 miles an hour, pushing 100 miles an hour. We've seen them do close to that. There's 95. There's 100 miles per hour. Okay, guys, this is Air 7 HD. We are the first over this pursuit and the only ones over this pursuit. LAPD in pursuit. It started with a Metropolitan Division unit in the northeast area, right near Los Feliz, Rowena. You can see LAPD Air Support Division overhead trying to get a unit. Speeds topping 100 miles per hour here on the northbound 5. And you just passed up a black and white there. Coming up on the 134 freeway, coming into the Glendale area. 100 plus miles per hour. Trying to get a unit close enough. They're trying to catch up to them. But they are a few back. I'm looking out the window at Air 7 HD. He's about a quarter mile back. I think it might be a Chevy Malibu. Cutting over, looks like he might pick up the 134 here on the transition road, or maybe the, not sure, eastbound or westbound. Going over to the transition road here. Speeds coming back down to 80 miles per hour. There he goes. It looks like he may be getting on the westbound 134. On the transition road right now. It gets a little tricky in here. Pretty sure it's westbound 134 coming into the Burbank area from the Glendale area. The car is wanted, the suspect I should say is wanted for a man with a gun. That's what we're hearing right now. Again, not confirmed, but we believe LAPD, the airship said the man with a gun. So originally, well, there's some speeds there, 95 plus, 97. There's 98, cuts right behind that car in the carpool lane. LAPD, the only one really with them. We're looking out the window. There's a black and white, probably a couple hundred yards back, and there's an unmarked Metropolitan Division vehicle just behind him. 100 plus miles per hour, passing those cars on the 134 like they're not even here. Coming through the heart of Burbank, just past Forest Lawn, approaching Hollywood Way. It is a Chevy Malibu. It looks like a silver Chevy Malibu. Here we go. Second pursuit of the day. This pursuit much, much faster than one earlier down that terminated in Long Beach. But so speeds, and he's coming up on these cars on the freeway really fast. He's got his hazards on. I'm not really sure what the point of that is, but we're going to try to pick up the speed just a little bit. He's been pushing 90 to 100 miles an hour. Coming up westbound here on the ABCC7 app and Facebook, hopefully. There's a good look at LAPD Air Support doing such an important job broadcasting the pursuit, using that night sun to illuminate the suspect and let all the officers know, and even people driving on the freeway, that, hey, you got this guy coming at you, so at least he's not in pitch black when he's coming by these people in the rearview mirror. So we are coming up on Lancashire here. Continuing, wow, look at that. He's really moving out right now. There's 100+ miles per hour. We saw 110 as soon as we get stabilized within this center shot. I'm going to bring the speed back up again. There was 115, 105 coming back down a little bit. So the brakes there. He goes back into the carpool lane. Okay. Now we're coming up on the 170-101 split. It looks like we're going to stay on the 101. He's getting over to the left, so stay on the on the 134, transitioning to the westbound or northbound 101, however you want to call it. Slowing his speeds down just a little bit, pushing 9. Well, there he goes. Just as I say that, he pushes 100 miles an hour. There's 100. Passing the cars on the 101 here, right at the transition road, like they're not even still. Okay. So we are a little bit low on fuel here in Air 7 HD, so we may have to make a pit stop. But look at him. He got a little squirrely there. Got a little loose in the back end as he will try to get around those cars at those speeds. A lot of traffic on this 101. He's kind of zigzagging and slaloming his way through this traffic. Keeps driving like this, he's definitely going to hit something right by that semi. Okay. Well, there's 85 miles an hour. He's slowing down just a little bit. There's a lot of traffic. Even though the traffic's moving, there's a lot of it. You can see it's kind of stretched across all lanes. That left lane not open. He's just kind of going in and out of lanes, in and out of traffic, and this is just a recipe for disaster. So these guys aren't, these people don't even see him coming. If they switch lanes in front of him, he's going to slam right into the back of them. Man with a gun. We have 2 LAPD vehicles, about 100 yards in trail, trying to catch up to him. But, you know, they have to drive safely as well. They've got to slalom through this traffic at 90, 100 miles an hour. So these officers driving in these pursuits, it becomes extremely dangerous for them. So they can only get so close when it's going so fast. That's what LAPD Air Support Division's job is. The air crew, the tactical flight officer, the pilot. It's their job just to basically let them know where it is and what it's doing. And if you get attacked, I'm going to talk to Christina after this. Christina, if you get attacked that they're on right now where you can actually hear the pursuing units and the air unit, please pass it along, because I don't have it right now. There's 100 miles an hour. Well, now he's got a little bit of a roadblock here. 4 cars hard on the brakes. 100 miles an hour back down to 70. Just a roadblock of 4 or 5 cars blocking all lanes. Chevy Malibu. Suspect wanted for a gun. There's a school bus there. I would doubt that it's got any children in it, but you never know, a night field trip or something like that. So what we're going to do, we've got, I'm going to talk on the desk here. We've got 20 minutes of fuel left on board. Okay, we're coordinating with our base to get a quick fuel turnaround so we can get to this pursuit, back to it very quickly, and give you Sky Map 7 with all the technology we have. So we may have to pop off this for a second to get fuel. We've been up for quite a bit. We had another pursuit down in Orange County. So what we're going to do, if you're ready, we're going to break off of this and do a very quick turnaround and hopefully be back over this within about 5 minutes. So this is JT Alpha live from Air 7 HD, and we hate doing this, but if this goes for a long time tonight, we want to be able to have enough fuel to stay with it, and we think it might. So we're going to pull off, and we will be right back.
I'll say something. Facebook streaming, thank you. Who's picking up the flight? And good afternoon, or good evening from KTLA Sky 5 watching on Facebook Live. We had another pursuit here in the Valley, just coming up to the 405 freeway here at the 101. You see this vehicle here is being chased by LAPD. It's a what they call a 415 man with a gun. And so basically, he's really around the corner here at a high rate of speed. LAPD with him overhead, and keep an eye on him from the air, and also a unit not too far behind him on the ground. And we're continuing on now, northbound 405 freeway here, coming up through Van Nuys. You see him just whipping in and out of traffic, very high rates of speed, very dangerous at this point with that types of movement going on here. He could very easily lose control of this vehicle. So right now we're just cooking along here. Just went on to Burbank North. Just and still continuing on here, pulling the number 3 lane, but zipping through traffic, as you can see, really passing these vehicles on the freeway with ease, and having to move lane to lane to get around the heavier traffic. But right now it's very dangerous coming up on the back of that vehicle there, coming around and then zipping through. So right now still northbound 405 freeway coming up to Van Owen. .47 TAC 5. Okay. And we're still continuing northbound 405 freeway here. As you see, coming up to Sherman Way. What's the matter? Off at Sherman Way, high rate of speed, down the shoulder, out of control, coming down the off-ramp here, coming up to stop traffic, around that stop traffic, and on to the dirt, and then now eastbound Sherman Way. Just kind of just really comes zipping off the freeway here. Eastbound Sherman Way here, coming up to Sepulveda. He really took that off ramp at a high rate of speed, using the shoulder and the dirt side as he came down around cars. Now he's passing here on the right as he comes up to Sepulveda, pushing through Sepulveda. Now southbound Sepulveda from Sherman Way. Very high rate of speed off that ramp. It's surprised he didn't crash here, so we'll come on around here and we'll get in behind him on Sepulveda. Right turn here into a neighborhood. This might be coming to an end here. He started making circles here as he comes around. This will take him back into a neighborhood here. He'll get to another residential street as he comes around. And then from there, he's got to make a decision, go left or right. The right will bring him back to Sherman Way. And he's coming back, spun there a little bit coming around the corner, heading back towards Sherman Way. We'll see what happens when he gets out here. He's coming up to the intersection now, wrong side of the street, passing traffic, and makes that turn. Almost hits that southbound or eastbound car. Going to let him fly right underneath us here. And background, Darren stopping right here. He's bailing out and running. LAPD on him. He's now running back eastbound, back towards the Sepulveda. And I'll get the Sky 5 around here to get the building out of the way as he comes around. Gonna slide around the north side here. In between the apartment buildings right off Sherman Way, just to the east of Sepulveda, LAPD area unit keeping his light right on him. Back in this neighborhood, back in between these apartment buildings here as we try to swing around and clear out the buildings. That's 5 right in front of you, I believe. And he's in custody underneath the trees. LAPD area unit just reporting these in custody right there. We'll just hang it right here and watch them bring him out. But you see the car right there stopped. Suspect bailed out, then ran between the buildings in here off of Sherman Way, right to the east of Sepulveda. So a great job by LAPD. No, we got 4 and 5. That's or 5 and 9 all the way around me. Okay. They're getting underneath me there, 9. Watch it. Yeah. All right. He needs to be walking out right here as they bring him out, hopefully. There comes the suspect out now. There he is, walking back out to the police units. They weren't. All right, I'm going to slide forward just a little bit. What kind of shirt is that? As you can see here, suspect in custody on Sherman Way, just east of Sepulveda, after a wild pursuit coming out of the Burbank area, ending up over here in Van Nuys. And for the folks watching on KTLA.com and also on Facebook Live, it's west of Sepulveda on Sherman Way where the termination was. And we're departing out of the area.